Alright, welcome to another InDesign beginner to advanced course. In this lesson, we want to learn how to design a certificate. Okay, and now with a certificate, let's go ahead and create the document. Now let's make the width 8.5. Let's make the height 11 inches. So you can choose letter. Okay, or just make width 8.5, height 11 inches, and make the orientation portrait, and then turn off facing pages. The margins should be 0.5 on all angles. So just type in 0.5, okay, for the margins. Now the bleed should be 0. You don't need a bleed. So these things, just leave them because you won't be adding many more columns. So let's go ahead and click on OK. Now let's go ahead and I want us to create a rectangle with olive stroke. Okay, so let's create it. So let's pick our rectangular tool. And now what we do is that you just come to the corner over there. When you come to the corner, and then you draw a rectangular shape to cover the margin. So that's good. Now come to your properties or the stroke panel. You can either use the properties or the stroke panel. Okay, so any of them. Make sure, let's go ahead and pick this. So with this selected, let's make the stroke 4 points. So come to the width, make it 4. Okay, 4 points there. That's good. And also let's make the corner. Okay, let's go ahead and go and use the properties. So if your size, just drag it down. Okay. So let's add some corner. Let's make the corner 0.375 inches. So we are using inches, okay. 0.375 inches for the corner. And also make it solid, okay. And let's change the corner to insert. Okay, let's change it to insert because you'll be inserting another shape over there. Okay, so when you are done with this thing, you should also draw another rectangle which is small. So you take a rectangular tool, come to the corner here, and also draw another rectangle. Okay, now what else can we do with the rectangle? The fill, make sure that the fill is black. Okay, so let's go to the properties, or you can use the stroke panel over here. Okay, any of them that you want to use. Okay, so let's go to the properties, and then I want the stroke point to be 6 points. Okay, so 6 points is okay. Now let's see how it looks. Okay, so it is this way. This is how it is going to look. But let's go ahead and go to the properties, and let's type in the position so that it will be at the position that we want. Okay, so let's say the x-axis here, come there and then type in 10.2053 inches. You can press enter. Then let's go to the y-axis. So the y-axis to 1.375. Then type enter. Now let's come to the width. Let's make some adjustments to the width because it is too big for us and it doesn't fit to the corner. So let's make the width 0.3294. Then press enter. Let's come to the height too. Let's make it 0.3494 and type in enter. Okay, so now we have it this way. Let's bring in have it this way. And one thing I've also noticed that the first shape over here is not also sitting well, but let's go ahead and bring this in. Okay, so it's okay. So let's look at this. Now it is aligning very well for us, so it's okay. Now hold Alt to duplicate it, then let's drag it to this side. So you can hold Shift so that it becomes straight. Okay, now let's see the preview now. Okay, now let's once again select the two, control click, then control click. Okay, let's see. Let's use Shift and C. Shift click. Okay, for our logo, so I want it to be this way. Let's go ahead and pick our rectangular tool, and then we'll draw a shape here. So I want it to be a little bit small. And then let's go to I want the points to be 4 points. Stroke panels, that's where I went. Stroke panel, I want it to be 4 points. The stroke, we are only using stroke and no fill. So let's take note of that. Now let's pick our type 2. Then let's write logo. LOGO. So let's make I want it to be Mini Pro bold, and I want this to be 14 points. Now I want to make so I want it to be 14 points, and I want to make it all caps. Let's go ahead and pick our selection tool, then right click and fit in fit frame to content. Now let's go bring it over here. First of all, let me align the shape. Okay. Now let's pick the logo. And also align it in the middle. Now we can adjust the shape over here. If it's something that is too big, okay, you can adjust it. Now after we have done this, let's go ahead and type in certificate of achievement. So let's bring our type 2 over here, and let's try it this way. Then let's type certificate of achievement. And let's select all. I wanted to use a font which is called block script. So if you've installed the font, it should be in among yours. And then let's make the size 57 points. So hold shift, or you can just type in 57 over here. There we go. Now let's align center. So with the Word document that I placed in the exercise files, it gives you the position of where to place them, so you can decide to use it, okay, and place them at the right positions. But I'll go ahead and use it. So fit frame to content. Okay, so let me go ahead and pick my text tool again. This I want to write, this certificate is awarded to okay, Control A to select all, and I want to use a font called certificate font. So we use certificate regular. We have others, but let's use certificate regular, and let's make the size 29 points. Okay, then let's align center. Okay, that's good. Let's fit it to the frame to content. Okay, so you can let's bring it up a little bit so that we get some spacing. Let's try to align it to the center. Okay, there we go. Now I want us to type a name. Let's pick our type 2, and then let's bring it this way. I want us to type a name, any name that you want to use. Okay, I want to use a name called Kamara Usman. Control A to select all, and then I want to use. We're going to use you select all, and then we go ahead and make sure to use a font called Excalibur Script. So I use Excalibur Script over here. And now I want the font size to be 42 points. So I just go ahead and type in 42 points over here. Then click on enter. Now align center. That's good. Now let's go ahead and let me do the fitting. Fit. Yes. Let me see if it has been aligned center. Okay. So now after doing this, I want to put a line underneath it. So let me go ahead and bring the line. And then I'll hold shift in order to draw a straight line. Okay, this is okay, but let me see. Let me check the length. I want the length to be okay. So let's add, first of all, add the stroke. I want the stroke to be 0 point. Let me see, 0 point. So I want it to be 0.75. Maybe 0.75, but I think it is too long for me, so I just want to reduce it. For this one is too long. So there's the preview, as we can see. Let me put it a little bit up to this place. And now from here, what we will do is we'll go ahead and then add our description. Let's call it description, because so let's add it over here. At least 3 line is okay. So we'll be using let's use at least I don't know the font that I want to use. Let's use Josephine Sans. So I want to use Josephine Sans regular, and I want this to be 14. Okay, and then I'll just fill with placeholder text. Click here. And fill with placeholder text. Because I want it to be only 3 lines. So I have to go ahead and delete some of the lines from it. Okay, so 3 lines is okay for me. And then let's go ahead and double click to select and Control to select here. Let me align center. Okay, that's good. And then just go ahead and make the fitting to fit frame to content. Okay, there we go. So this is how it's looking at the moment. Let me go ahead and add the signature and the date. So in adding the signature and the date, first I want to add a stroke. I want to add a line here. So let me come down here. So let's bring the line here. Hold shift to make it a straight line. So this okay. So let's hold shift and then drag to make a straight line. Okay, then now I want the length to be, you can come to the properties and adjust the length over here. That's it. I want the length to be so I want the length to be 2.02. Okay, and you can also decide to change the X and Y axis from this place. Let's say I don't like the position, I want it to be somewhere 2.2219. And I want the S also to be, I want the Y to also be 7.1111. Let's click on enter. So you can do that, and then I can also, what I'll do is that after doing this, let me come here and then pick my text tool And let me write date over here. So draw a test. And I'm writing date. Control U to select line center. Okay, so this is good. And then I'll select the two and then duplicate it. By holding Alt or Option on the mark and then drag it. So if you see that it is like close for you, you can always drag it to so with this one, let's make the stroke, let's change the stroke. I want it to be 0.5. Okay, that's good. And then I'll select it. So hold Shift Alt to duplicate, then stretch. Now let's change this to signature. Control A. So I'm using the Minion Pro font. Signature. Now there we go. This is how to design a certificate. How to design a certificate for any event. Okay, so anything that you do and you want to design a certificate, you can use this format and also design a certificate. As I said, I also have some certificate templates that I've shared to you in your certificate exercise files, and you can also go there and use it anytime that you want. Thank you for joining this lesson. Bye.